Hello, welcome to this channel. In this episode, I'll be talking about the untold story of Andela. And Andela is a company in Nigeria where they train, young uh, Nigerians as well as Africans from across the globe to learn how to code. And they are um, then there are when they are trained to code, they actually work for 500 the Fortune 500 companies such as Facebook and Google, very highly intensive projects that are being outsourced by some of these notable companies in the United States. And things videos kind of give you guys a sense of what is going on in Andela. And one of the things that I do with the podcast is to provide a platform for aspiring entrepreneurs and inspiring entrepreneurs in emerging markets and frontier markets to talk about their companies. And one of the things I hope to do with this YouTube channel is to provide a medium where I can clarify, but also showcase some of the interesting companies that are doing some amazing work across the continent. So this is one of the companies that I love to share with you guys. So this is Andela, and this is the story behind Andela. So the interesting thing about Andela is, yes, it was co-founded by uh, very diverse group of founders. One's from the United States, one from Nigeria, a Cameroonian as well, and that created like the sense of an international presence, but also the Pan-Africanism that I think it emulates. So it's also an interesting feat, and I think it provides a good lens of how to understood the core of the problem of lack of youth employment, but also how they had to implement the process in such a way that it's feasible for the local community. And some of the things that we study in a pre-entrepreneurship school, which is another project I'm working on, is how do we localize entrepreneurship, right? Something that was devised by a colleague that I'm working with on that, and hopefully that's something that can translate into how we think about some of these markets and some of the companies that are doing some amazing work on the continent. So it's my reference there. So one of the things that Andela got into news was that he got funding from Mark Zuckerberg. This was back, I think, 2017. And that was very pivotal because it brought a sense of legitimacy, but also just the impact of how you could, with the presence of technology, you could have the opportunity for youth in Africa to be able to uh, be in a platform like Andela that can be recognized by companies like Facebook, and having something on the ground in Lagos, Nigeria, and for that to be uh, on a level where they do that investment is pretty outstanding. I think that actually was one of the critical, I might say, one of the kind of the turning points in some sense of how we value you know youth employment in Africa, and also how much it can impact, has how much it has an impact on the global stage. So something to reference. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. So as I mentioned earlier, this is it's a very international founding team, so that kind of adds that value to it in some sense. Mm. So I'll just start the video there, but the whole point of it was just to give a sense of the dynamics of trying to show light to a company like Andela, which has been around for almost, I think, probably 6 to 8 years. Um, but the impact has been outstanding. They have been able to open multiple offices in Africa, as they mentioned, Nairobi as well as in Lagos. But the impact, just in terms of the possibility of having an ecosystem that trains um, tech, young tech Africans to actually work for very notable companies around the globe has been really, really helpful and in terms of changing the narrative of youth in Africa, making a difference in the global stage. And I think some of the work that most of them I mentioned, especially, just how they thought about the process and how to implement the process is pretty amazing. And these are kind of the stories that we hope to emulate in our podcast, in this channel, and kind of encourage and inspire young Africans to really be thinking about having the value and that vision and mission to make a difference in the world. So I think that's a very good way for us to be thinking about entrepreneurship, thinking about that we do have the power to make a difference, and finding a global perspective but localizing it. I think it's a very feasible way to get this going. So I'm just going to end the video here. I'll just give you the Untold story of Andela. I think pretty much it just gives more and more information, but I think the first 5 minutes was kind of giving an idea of what it's about, and hopefully something that you got of it. So thanks for watching. I think in the next session, I'm going to go back to the other video about building businesses, and I hope you stick around. But if you like this, if you want to comment on this, please feel free to like it, comment, share, and click the bell icon if you're interested to learn more about this. I'm going to have more videos from my podcast into YouTube, but reviews like this and other finance related stuff. So thanks for joining, and hope I see you in the next video. Bye.